Good morning, good morning. This is Debbie Eno from Teacher Success Coach. I've decided to come live. I'm in the park, but then realizing that it's beginning to rain. I don't know what's going on here. It seems as if it's going to rain and it's dark. It's a little bit cloudy. But anyway, I'm sure some of you guys could hear me. Right, I haven't been on live for a while, as I've just said, and there's sometimes for me to come live on my page, sometimes I have to be inspired, and I've been inspired this morning, and I've decided I'm going to come live. Anyway, there are some number of things I want to talk about. One of it is being grateful and gratitude, because I feel that too often we take things for granted. We take people and things for granted. Because we have people around us in our space, we think they'll always be there. So therefore we treat them badly in my book. That's how I see in terms of badly. That you don't acknowledge them, you don't appreciate them. And that is even more so, I feel, that for people who are business owners or people who are entrepreneurs. They feel that they're paying their workers, so that's enough. I understand that you're paying your workers. But the more you're grateful for your workers, and the more you demonstrate gratitude, the more you get out of them. Yes, as I said, they're doing the work. But the more you pay minimum, the more you just treat them with little respect, the less you get out of them. Whereas, yes, you pay them the wage, but at the same time, you demonstrate that you're grateful for what they're doing. And believe me, when you're demonstrating gratitude to these people, even though they know you're paying them, the more they're going to be able to do for you. Because they realize that you appreciate what they do for you, not only in terms of paying them, but you actually going that extra mile as an employer or as an entrepreneur. Because what you're saying to them is, I am truly grateful for what you are doing for me. Although I'm paying you, I'm also very grateful. So therefore, I'm going to demonstrate gratitude. It could be monetary. It could be just saying, thank you very much. I really do appreciate you. It doesn't even have to be anything extra, because as human beings, we like to know that we are appreciated and what we're doing is valued by someone else. So as a result of that, the more you demonstrate gratitude and value in people, the more they're going to be going that extra mile for you. Sometimes they even go that extra mile unconsciously because they are so grateful for you demonstrating your gratitude to them. And as an educator, I could say that for my students, because the more you demonstrate that you value your students, you appreciate them, you see that they're worthy, the more they're going to, be inspired, the more they're going to be motivated to do the things that they've never done before, because you are demonstrating that I value you, I appreciate you. I am so grateful for what you've done. Even though deep down okay, they have to do that. But demonstrate gratitude goes a long way. So that's something I wanted to talk about, because I realized in my space as an educator, also in terms of being an entrepreneur as well, and I've been observing a lot of people who are business owners or entrepreneurs, feel that, okay, why should I demonstrate gratitude? They're doing their work anyway. But what you are failing to realize is, yes, they're doing the work, but they're going to just be doing minimum, right? They would not be going that extra mile. Whereas when you demonstrate gratitude and appreciation, they're going to go that extra mile. Sometimes they're not even aware that they're going that extra mile, but because they realize that what you've done, automatically they're going that extra mile, because they are also grateful for you demonstrating that you are grateful to them, and demonstrating that you are grateful for their worthiness, you are grateful for the things they're doing for you. So guys, it is so very, very important that you demonstrate gratitude. It doesn't take a lot to say thank you. Thank you for doing this for me. Or I do appreciate what you've done. Or even getting someone a bunch of flowers. It doesn't cost much to get them a bouquet of flowers. That's demonstrate. Thank you very much. I appreciate what you've done. You didn't have to do it. Or even though you had to do it, you did it so very well. I need to demonstrate thank you for that. So we need to start appreciating people, because taking people for granted is very, very negative, because the more you take them for granted, the more you're going to realize that one day they're no longer there. And as we know as parents, children take us for granted all the time. And when they realize that some of the things that you normally do, you're not able to do it, or you are refusing to do it, they cannot connect with that. They cannot connect with, oh my goodness, mom isn't able to do it, or mom cannot do it. So guys, it is so important that we demonstrate gratitude to each other. It is very important. Stop taking people and things for granted. They will not always be here. Right, the other thing I wanted to talk about was, actually this is for parents and educators especially. When we ask a question, we like to make people feel that we have all the answers. And we are constantly, this thing is it's so dark. I'm just trying to see if I could get a brighter connection here. The park is lovely, but it's just kind of dark. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to talk about was saying that you don't know and you don't have the answer. Too often we feel that when we ask a question, we have to pretend we have the answer, or we have to pretend we know it all. As an educator, I've been teaching for about 30 years, or probably just over, whatever, anyway, in that region. I've always said that I don't know when I don't know. I do not believe in pretending that I know the answer when I don't. Because what you're doing is setting up yourself for unrealistic expectation. Yes, unrealistic expectation. Because you are making people expect something from you which is unrealistic. So I've always said I don't know when I don't know. And I must thank my late mother, God rest her soul, because she's always said to us, when we ask her certain questions, when she don't know, she said, I don't know. But mommy, how could you not know? You're the mother, you should know everything. And she would laugh and say, well, I don't know this one. You know, when you find the answer, come back and tell me. So that's something I have actually developed myself. Because when I don't know the answer and a student asks me a question, I would say to them, sorry guys, I don't know. Let's find out the answer together. I remember years ago when I was teaching either in university or one of the colleges, and a student asked me a question, I said to them, well, I don't know. Or when they asked me to spell a word, I would say to them, I am not the Oxford Dictionary. Because what you fail to realize, people, when you give someone the answer, it means that they are not going to be forced to go and find out themselves. They become dependent on you to give them the answer all the time. Educators, especially with your students, because the minute you spell a word for a student, that student becomes so dependent on you. The student no longer know how to use a dictionary or know how to use Google to spell the word. Right? It's important that you empower them to find out for themselves. Also, when you say that you don't know something which you do not know, it also enables you to go and find out the answer for yourself. It also takes a lot, you know, in terms of you saying that you don't know. Number of factors. One of it is, I see it as an empowering thing because it demonstrates to me my personal awareness of what I don't know. And what that does for me is it enables me to increase my knowledge, because then I go and find out what I didn't know what I was asked. For example, in one of the schools I've been in recently, one of the students, he was doing schizophrenia. And one of the students came and asked me a question regarding schizophrenia. I haven't taught schizophrenia for about, probably about a year and a half, etc. So I'd completely forgotten. So I said to them, oh my goodness, I can't remember. So I said to them, you know what? During this brain break, when you come back, I would have gone upstairs and checked my book, etc., etc. And I'll come down and we discuss it. So I went upstairs to the staff room and I said to one of my colleagues, I said, oh my goodness, a student asked me this question. I couldn't even remember it. And she said to me, oh, what did you say? I said, I didn't know. She said, but you're supposed to be an authority in the subject. I said, of course I'm authority in the subject. There's no denying that I'm authority in my subject. However, I did not remember that particular answer. So there's no problem with it. Oh, well, Deborah, you're supposed to demonstrate. You know it. You're not supposed to make sure that you don't know it. Really? Hell no. I'm a human being. I do not carry all the textbook definition and explanation in my head. That's the reason why we have books and we have internet and technology, etc., to increase our knowledge. So for me, I look at it as when you don't know something, you say you don't know it. There is no point in pretending. Because I then went back later and I had a conversation with a teacher. Because I think that's nonsense. Oh, as a teacher, you must make, you must know the answer. Hell no. I'm a human being as well. And my brain doesn't take everything that I need to know. So one of the things I feel that when we don't know an answer, we need to say that we don't know, because it increases your awareness of what you know and what you don't remember. It also means that you are able to increase your knowledge by seeking the answer out. And it also, I see it as also a gift for me as well. It reminds me that, my limitation, because we all have limitations. And it also tells me that, okay, you're limited in this area, so therefore you need to go and do a little bit more research in that. So increase my awareness, one. Secondly, increase my knowledge, because I am now forced to go and find out more information. And when you look at one thing, it then leads you on to other things. And it also makes you, go and find out the latest information in different areas. So that's what being honest about. When you don't know something, there is no need to pretend. It doesn't mean that you're not an authority in your subject. It means that you're very, very aware of what you are not remembering or what you've forgotten and what you need to do. Whereas when you pretend, it means that you don't even know what you don't know, because you've got this false concept of knowing something and you don't know it. And I also see that when you pretend, it's like false expectation. You're giving people around you or your student this false expectation, so that when you don't really know and they actually call you on and they realize that you don't know, they see you as being less. They see you as, okay, look at you, you pretend you know it all, but you don't know anything at all. Whereas when you come out straight and say, well, you know what? I really can't remember. I don't know. Let's look it up together and let's discuss it. Because I remember this is something my mother did. And another thing, I remember the late Wayne Dyer have always said that one of his daughters had asked him a question. And he said, well, I don't know. You look it up. And the child turned around and said, which we as parents or adults, no children, would say, but Dad, you know everything. And he said, well, I don't know this one. It is very true. Because especially when children are young, they think that as the adult, you know everything. But at the same time, you also have to show them that you don't know everything. And it is okay not to know everything. And it is okay to find out what you don't know. Anyway, guys, have a fantastic day. Stay blessed, take care. I'm in this park and I'm just loving it, seeing nature run. It's not very hot, which is nice. And it's just beautiful. Let's see if I could make you have a look at the park. Oh, me on this phone. Anyway, take care. You see, look at this. I'm the only one in this park. And I'm just looking at the, the birds, the blackbirds, the beautiful trees. It's just lovely. Anyway, take care, stay blessed, and I'll see you guys another time when I'm inspired to talk. Bye-bye. Thanks a lot. Take care.